Yeah. This is America. Yeah, I wonder why Democrats don't. I mean, nobody's going to take the Democrats seriously. As the caption says, this is the reason why nobody will ever take the Democrat Party serious again. Bro, come on. They look like kids out here, honestly. I thought this was like a Halloween video that resurfaced, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that y'all got like Teslas on fire, bro, come on. Now I know what I want to be for Halloween this year. I want to be a liberal. I want to be a Democrat for Halloween, y'all. You know, you got to be something scary for Halloween, man. I think that's right on par, if you ask me. Now, let's go ahead and talk to Elon Musk real quick. Now, Elon says that there are fake charity NGOs, which are overwhelmingly run by Democrats, and they are running a massive money laundering scheme to take your money.
You said the other day you uncovered some evidence that there was massive Social Security fraud and that arrests were imminent. Yes. What can you tell us about that? And what can you tell us about what you've seen
arrests are imminent?
Politicians do to make massive amounts of money off of the federal government, like Nancy Pelosi? Please.
Yes. So we've encountered, there's really so much for it. It's deciding what should be prosecuted first, because it's such a long list. You have to actually prioritize the list. We convey the list to the Department of Justice. The DOJ has a process that they go through to review and think about it. The wheels of justice turn slowly. In fact, obviously, I have a maniacal sense of urgency. So to me, when I see that terrible fraud has happened, I'm like, why haven't we arrested someone already? But as the saying goes, the wheels of justice turn slowly but surely. And I think probably the person that stole 400,000 Social Security numbers, at least, maybe more, will be arrested hopefully this week.
At least.
With respect to the non-governmental organizations, these sort of fake NGOs, I think there needs to be a number of arrests in that regard as well, because these are fake charities where mostly Democrats, I don't want to be clear, there's sometimes a little bit of Republican in there, because they sometimes throw the Republicans a bone to say, hey, be quiet about this.
Everybody ain't perfect.
That's where you...
Every party ain't perfect, I meant to say. Like, I don't believe that the Republicans don't have nobody who ain't corrupt.
Start getting the uniparty thing going on. Mm-hmm. But it is overwhelmingly to Democrats, and they give give billions of dollars to NGOs run by Democrats that then go through a whole network of additional NGOs. It's a giant money laundering scheme. Really, at this point, I think the word NGO and money laundering are almost synonymous.
Wow. NGO. Yeah, man. And then on top of that, they stealing all of your Social Securities. Stealing Social Security to be able to do that, you know. Then you got dead people like, yo, all these breaches of people invading their privacy and stuff like that. It's not cool. And you know what? Speaking of this, let me bring your attention to this for a second. It's been months since this first happened, and your personal data could have been stolen months ago, and you're just now hearing about it. This is common with these types of breaches. And according to IBM, it takes a company an average of 277 days to report a breach. By then, your information has already been circulating for 9 months. That's horrible right there. Now, this isn't even the first breach Bank of America has announced this year. And last year, Citigroup and JP Morgan both announced breaches. Crazy. Your bank could be breached right now, and you could be months away from learning about it. Do you want to give a criminal a 9-month head start? And this is why it's really important to me to talk about our sponsor today, Aura.com. I love how Aura alerts me if they find my phone number, email, or social security number on the dark web. They're going to let me know fast. And if anyone tries to use this information to access my credit or bank accounts. Now, they give me up to $5 million worth of identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. And they provide a bunch of other features that will keep you safe online, all inside one app. Now, I want you to use my Aura link, aura.com/kingdomreacts, and try 14 days on me, okay? This will be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed. You'll learn about it before one of these companies are forced to notify you. I highly recommend that you do this right now, because the only thing most of these companies are going to do to help you is offer free credit monitoring. Free credit monitoring after all of that? Really? That's like installing security cameras after you was robbed. I'm no longer leaving myself, my family, or even you for that matter, vulnerable to these data breaches. And if you don't want to either, please visit over.com/kingdomreacts.com and try 2 weeks for free. Yes. We know why these Democrats are going after Elon Musk so hard now. They don't want their piggy bank to be broken, as Today says. Yeah, man, they over here freaking out because they know, okay, look, dog, this billionaire, no, we're going to frame it as he's trying to look out for all of his billionaire friends. That way the American people will believe it. Yeah, they'll believe it. You know, they won't realize that we're just trying to look out for us. Yeah, I mean, we got billionaire friends too, but we're not going to say that out loud. We're not going to say nothing about Soros. Whole time, y'all over here really, y'all ain't fighting for the American people. Y'all fighting for y'all heinies. My. Y'all see what, look at this guy right here, y'all. Look, don't be this guy right here. See, the Democrats lost the popular vote, the Electoral College, and they mind. Now, Democrats are carving swastikas into each other's Teslas. I like how they said each other's Teslas because, I mean, come on. Democrats are the biggest champion for climate change and being able to make the environment safe and electric vehicles and things of that nature. So they are in support of this. It's just the person that they want to be in front of. I mean, it's the person that's in front of it that they don't like. Oh, he's working with Trump. Oh, they're calling me out on my BS. But yeah, this guy right here, Chad Rittenbach of Pennsylvania. Yep, over here called Key in the Car. Look, bro, look, you thought nobody seen you? You thought nobody seen you? You think you don't look the least bit I can't even talk. You don't think you look the least bit suspicious? All right, cool, you know, anywho. By the way, y'all notice I've been saying anywho instead of anywhom? Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. You know what I mean? I'm growing. Look at me, growing. One thing that we have to continue to talk about is over 5 million non-citizens got Social Security numbers. Thousands of them were registered to vote, and many of them did. Democrats did this on purpose. People need to be arrested.
Well, it made my jaw drop too when I saw it. We were in Social Security looking for fraud, waste, and abuse. And to do that, we actually looked at the enumeration system, the system by which people get numbers in America. And we found that there were just about 5+ million of them that came to the country as illegals, were giving various forms of parole or allowed in the country, and then got through an automatic system, Social Security numbers, so they get into our benefit systems. And we tracked that through and found that they were on the benefit programs. And just because we were curious, we then looked to see if they were on the voter rolls. And we found in a handful of cooperative states that there were thousands of them on the voter rolls and that many of them had voted.
That's a jaw-dropping number. Where did all those people come from?
That is insane. But, the Democrats tell us all the time that we're just conspiracy theorists, that this is just, you're deniers. We get called this all day. And it never matters how much proof that comes out. You're never able to satisfy these people. I mean, not that I care anymore, but they're never able to find a middle ground ever. And that's the part that's a detriment to humanity, man. Planet of Memes posted, but the Democrats said illegals don't vote in our elections. Where can I sign up for free money the government was giving illegals? I know that's right. Sounds like a recipe for a voter. Yeah, definitely. Hey, if you ask me, that's what it sounded like to me. That's what it sounded like to me. Now, I'm going to show y'all this clip. This is a collection of clips where illegal migrants after, I'm sorry, let me start this over. Basically, they are confirming, illegal migrants are confirming that they were given Social Security numbers, Medicaid insurance, IDs, and work permits. Yeah, look, at this point, like, yeah, what do we sign up, right?
Pues gracias a Dios me han ayudado a conseguir seguro médico, me han ayudado para obtener mi identificación me han ayudado a obtener el asilo, poder obtener mi permiso de trabajo y mi social.
Gracias a Dios ya me llegó mi social y mi permiso de trabajo.
Y que me llegue mi social security y mi permiso.
Do you have a worker's permit or social security number?
Solamente cuando pasamos, mi esposa y yo solicitamos el permiso de trabajo. Me llegó el permiso, solamente el permiso. A mi esposa le llegaron todos sus papeles, su socia, todo. A mí nada más me llegó el permiso.
So you get a social security number when you arrive to the border. They give you one.
No, after I apply for asylum.
You apply for DoorDash, you have the work permit and the social security number. How long do you have to wait until you get a job at one of these food delivery companies?
Around for the app is like 1 week.
Sí, ando buscando el social.
So you're looking primarily to the social security number. And you haven't gotten it after over a year?
Sí, lo recibí, pero lo guardé dentro de los papeles y lo ando buscando.
Like, what was the process like to get that job? Did you have to apply, and how did it work?
I applied for myself and give me my working permit and my social. That's why I used the social to open my application.
Okay. All DoorDash needs is social security number and work permit?
Is that easy?
Social number and an ID.
And an ID?
And an ID.
Okay. Did you have to interview with them or speak to anybody, or you just got a notification you can drive?
Yeah, it's a process online. You just fill the form.
Okay.
Yeah, after they open the account for you.
Okay. How quickly were you able to find that work?
Tanto que cuando te llegan los papeles, uno puede aplicar a la aplicación, o sea, abrir la aplicación, colocar el Social Security, del Social Security y el permiso de trabajo.
Did you get a social security number and a work permit?
Yo estoy pagando para eso.
Social security number, any papers that Uber requires?
No. Aquí, o sea, las personas que ya tienen el social, ellos se crean la cuenta y nos las alquilan a nosotros a un costo para nosotros poder salir a trabajar. Entonces eso es lo que tampoco me ayudaba mucho, porque tenía que pagar lo que es el alquiler de la bicicleta, más el alquiler de la aplicación, que son costos semanales, y entonces más.
I bet it did leave you with nothing else. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, you out there getting free government money. Talk about, they charging us for the application. They rent Social Securities? Is that, I could be misunderstanding. But was he implying that they rent out Social Securities and all this other stuff? Man, these Democrats, bro, this is a new low even for y'all. I'm going to be honest. This is a new low even for y'all. These are the same people that said Elon Musk was lying. All over the news. Elon Musk is a liar. He's saying illegal. No, that's not true. He's just da-da-da. Now, here's some good news, though. Or potentially good news. We got to wait to see how it plays out. Elon Musk believes that, yes, prominent Democrats like Maxine Waters, Adam Schiff, and Chuck Schumer have received USAID money funneled through NGOs.
Has the Doge team found any evidence that any of the radical left Democrats like Maxine Waters, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer have received money directly from USAID? And if so, will we be hearing about that evidence anytime soon?
Yeah. So there is a massive amount of corruption, but it is circuitous. So what happens is there's money that, obviously it's your taxpayer money, that is then sent to various government organizations who then send it to NGOs, which an NGO is a non-governmental organization, but obviously if it's a government-funded non-governmental organization, it's just an organization, it's just a government. And effectively there's a giant fraud loophole, which is that the government can send money to an NGO that is then no longer governed by the laws of the United States. So they'll send the money overseas to one NGO, then they'll go through a bunch of them, and then I'm highly confident that a bunch of that money then comes back to the United States and lands in the pockets of the people you just mentioned. But it is a circuitous route. It's not like it doesn't go directly, but let's just say that there's a lot of strangely wealthy members of Congress, where I just can't. I'm trying to connect the dots of how did they become rich while earning. How do they get 20 million if they're earning 200,000 a year?
Don't make sense.
It sounds. That's how do nobody can explain that. So something's. Yeah, we're going to try to figure it out and certainly stop it from happening. So. Yeah. I mean, just in general, there's the whole NGO scam is just crazy, yeah, it's blown my mind really.
I mean, just finding out everything that we finding out, man. This is beyond me. So they basically are in coordination with somebody outside of the U.S. You know, maybe. But they are using an NGO that's no longer tied to the hold on, let me make sure I got this understanding. America can still fund NGOs through this loophole, even if the NGO is not in America or a part of the American government system. It just pisses me off. Now, my guy, Cory Booker, I think that's his name, ran it for 25 hours. I just didn't have the heart to even react to it. I'm going to keep it real. So we got my guy, Terrence K. Williams, here to help do some of this heavy lifting.
To say I will not stand for another American to lose their health care for a billionaire. I will not stand for another veteran who's dedicated to stopping the suicide of other veterans to lose their job. I won't stand for the air quality in my community to be worse.
But you're standing. He's literally
because we're letting polluters pollute more. I won't stand for the collective assaults on the Constitution by a man who even the highest judge in our land, a Republican-appointed judge, said stop threatening and bullying other branches of government. When is it going to be enough? My voice is inadequate. My efforts today are inadequate to stop what they're trying to do. But we, the people, are powerful. We are strong. We have changed history. We have bent the arc of the moral universe. And now is that moral moment again. It's the moral moment again. God bless America. We need you now. God bless America. If you love her, if you love your neighbor, if you love this country.
Oh, but love America? Y'all don't love America. Look, I can make a whole video proving that y'all don't love America.
Show your love. Stop them from doing what they're trying to do for almost 20 hours. We have laid out what they're trying to do. 20 hours. I want to stand more, and I will.
What's funny, bro? Fill me in. I'm lost.
Cory, y'all, the Academy Award goes to Cory Booker. Boy.
25 hours, though.
What the hell was that? Cory.
that was all he can say. I mean, I'm not upset because that's all I can say pretty much. Like, I literally have no energy for what took place there. Other than 25 hours. Seriously? We're just going to move on. Now, how USAID funds are being used to train Democrat Trump and Tesla protesters. Okay, got it.
It was is a member of Congress who has pledged to use these exact tactics and spread them among her colleagues. The very same tactics where, like I said, she's calling on her supporters to be, quote, strike ready and promising that violent protests are coming. That's a direct quote from her. She was speaking to the nation. But to understand who exactly is funding this, who's behind it, this is a partner of the Harvard Ash Center's Nonviolent Action Lab. Like I said, it's very stochastically terroristic in its namesake, in the sense that they really want you to know that they're nonviolent. I'd ask you, why are they working overtime to demonstrate that they're so nonviolent? But this is a group who is sort of hosting these training sessions in conjunction with Democrat members of Congress. And the person who leads this entity is someone by the name of Erica Chenoweth. Now, she uses they, them pronouns, so do with that what she will. But this is someone who has deep, deep ties to USAID, the State Department, and the United States Institute of Peace. Her resume shows that she has lectured repeatedly at USAID in 2015, 2016, and as recently as 2022. She's also authored several reports, sort of from this nonviolent resistance revolution, color revolution framework for USAID as the lead investigator and a recipient of several five-figure grants. Some of these topics, these papers include youth and LGBTQ participation in nonviolent.
Why is it always got to be a LGBTQ or something attached to it, man? Like every time. Action,
struggles from below, human rights struggles by domestic actors, and civil resistance and corporate behavior, mapping trends and assessing impact. But why this character is, I think, so particularly interesting and important is because her entire career is essentially about analyzing the most effective tools, not for protest, but for toppling dictatorial or autocratic regimes. And she wrote this whole long book where they analyze case by case hundreds of revolutions, and they come to the conclusion that nonviolent resistance is the most effective tactic or playbook, not because they disavow terrorism or violent action, but simply because they think it's just empirically a better tactic, right? What you're talking about is essentially the raw materials from an academic and literature perspective for creating bombs, or maybe in this case it's more, firebombing. But I just want to read for the audience, just to get a sense, some of the books or journal papers that this individual has written. Quote, How to Topple a Dictator, The Role of Violence in Nonviolent Resistance, Resilient Republics, Why Terrorism Does Not Destroy Democracy, The Study of Terrorism, Achievements and Analytical Challenges Ahead, To Bribe or to Bomb, Do Corruption and Terrorism Go Together? And also she wrote the seminal Oxford Handbook on Terrorism, including participating in panel discussions on events titled, quote, Is Terrorism Ever Legitimate? But I think this one piece of work really articulates the threat of this center, which is, quote, Why Civil Resistance Works, the Strategic Logic of Nonviolent Conflict. Where I said the reason why they're disavowing, at least right now, terrorism and violent action is not because they find anything morally, ethically, or principally wrong with it, just because they think it's not an effective tool. And to sort of broaden out this USAID critique, which I think the Mike Benzes of the world have...
Well, they sure ain't taking their own advice. They ain't taking their... Have you been seeing these videos that's popping up?
Accurately identified, where they essentially identify a regime that they don't like, that's populist. They then say, oh, well, you're autocratic, you're dictatorial, so therefore we can use outside the system changes, go after your pillars of support. Well, if you can believe it or not, the Ash Center, which we've actually reported on War Room years ago through a different lens, which we can get into on the Chinese Communist Party funded angle of it. But this group, though, despite the fact that they deleted their webpage showing who they're funded by, their top donors are USAID and the State Department. And one last point on Erica Chenoweth. She also has lectured repeatedly at the United States Institute of Peace. She served as a consultant to the United States Institute of Peace from 2017 to 2019, and similarly has authored a host of papers receiving 4 and 5 figure grants from this now defunct institution to spread, again, not protests, not Women's March, not let's celebrate democracy, but full-blown regime change.
Oh man. Wow, that was a lot. Using our money to train people to be against Americans. Can we start naming some names, please? Like, can we get some specifics? I'm tired of just hearing go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life. Check on me too, because you see over there, I ain't gonna lie. Your boy is tired though. I'm sleepy. Really sleepy. I did my first workout for the day. I'm probably about to go hop in. I can't hop in my bed with my clothes on. I'm probably about to lay across my floor real quick. Grab me a quick little hour. Then go do my second workout. And then I'll be back to you guys with a third video. Until then, y'all, take care of the channel. Make sure everybody cool with her. But make yourselves right at home. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace.